Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot, or welcome back if you're already a subscriber. Thank you very much for that. And there's a hint, hit the subscribe while you're here. Welcome to the general reading for July for Gemini. Now, I know I didn't do my usual general monthly readings last month, but I hope you went, caught and enjoyed my experiment with using Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the spread, which was a lot of fun, and I intend to do that again, but I thought best do a traditional monthly reading this month. Now, this is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever area of your chart you're wanting to look at, and you can look at it through the filter of that. Moon about your feelings, Venus about what you value, your money or your love, rising sign as in how you are presenting to the world and how other people are seeing you. But the most important thing with these readings is ask a question beforehand. So take a moment, think about all of the questions that are around you and focus on one of them, but just be aware of all of them, because cards will answer what they want and not what you and I necessarily think is of the greatest priority. So if you don't know your moon or your rising sign, there are a couple of links in the description to go and get yourself a free birth chart. You do need your time of birth to get your rising sign. There's also a link to the Facebook page for this channel. Now, the reason I bring that up is it's got its own inbox. So if you want to contact me for a personal reading, that's the best way to do it. There is a link tree down there as well, but Facebook's the best way, trust me. While you're here, as I say, if you want to press the subscribe button, feel free. It really does help the channel, as does liking the video. It helps the algorithm actually spot that I exist. Because obviously I'm trying to grow the channel, because why wouldn't I? Yeah, I think that's everything. So general reading rules apply. Timing's far from absolute. Other people, if they appear in this reading, I can get you and them mixed up theoretically. I don't think that happens a lot, but I can understand how it does, because we're seeing actions and energies. We're not necessarily seeing the people, but I can normally attribute them one way or another. But I may be completely wrong. The understanding of this reading is with you, not with me. If I understand what I've said, I've probably done it wrong. So, with no further ado, let me bring the cards up. And this is actually looking quite positive for you, Gemini, which is nice to see. You're going through some form of purification process. Some form of getting rid of those things in your life that are no longer necessary. This is something that you've already started. I think there's been some form of recent loss, but if anything, that seemed to reveal something from longer ago that was far more comforting, far more worth it, a return to previous values, which has enabled you has enabled you to move ahead with some form of grounded real world union. So that could be working with an organization, working with a person. It could be a relationship. This is me reading the cards. It's unlikely. But it could be a relationship, a person that you're working on a project with, maybe some new philosophy even. You have come into union with something, and this has been leading up to almost, it's been a victory in and of itself, but the victory right now is in sitting still and listening, because when all said and done, right now you're feeling a bit burdened by whatever this union is, and it's like, have I really, can I carry forward the demands of this union in a way that is not neglecting the rest of my life and is not neglecting my own dreams? There's almost like that there's something that you want to profess love to. There's something or someone. There's something that you are going, this is a good idea that I want to use, but right now it's almost like you're being kept too busy and you're being kept still. And that's fine. Four of Cups here is a time for you to listen to your guidance, because Nine of Wands, you are very, very nearly there in a victorious fashion. But the transformation that you are requiring of yourself, where you are able to level up, Page of Pentacles here, is it's just starting. After all that work that you've put in, it is just starting. You are starting to receive clarity in this new union, in this almost sort of, I think it's a bit strong to call it a new direction in life, but a new way of being, a new union, a new, there's been new stuff come in that all at once was everything that you wanted, and oh my god, it's so much work, you know. it's So there's a, am I doing the right thing here? Is it going to get me to the right place? But yes, you are going through a transformation. But right now, what that transformation is doing, as I say, is purifying you. You are going to be getting rid of things. You're going to be losing things. Things are going to come up. It's quite possible to say, certainly with that Six of Cups, old things are going to come up to you again, almost so that you can just say, you know what, I don't care anymore. This old thing, it used to bother me so much, but I do not care anymore, because I am in that process of building up and I am going to pursue that union further. So Two of Cups here, Two of Cups here. Now this bottom row of four piles represents, like the movement of the planets, energetic trends, energetic flavors that you'll be going to. And we've got the Two of Cups in the recent past and in the touching future, with judgment. You are, that transformation is happening for you now. It has already started now, and you are protected as you go through it. It will require a certain amount of healing, rest, peace and quiet. Four of Cups, Four of Swords, both very meditative cards, you could say. I mean, okay, Four of Cups can also imply boredom, but not on this Spellcaster Tarot. That is one dedicated magician, meditating and opening the watchtowers and speaking to his guardian angels. So there is this real sense of having the information come in now. Some of that information from weird sources. So here we've got, for the Greek myths deck, I ask what god or god force is supporting the sign in question. So here, which god is supporting Gemini? Now you've got Uranus. Now I'm going to say Uranus the god more than Uranus the planet, because there's not a huge, there's some symbolic similarities or syncretization between the two, but not totally. It's not the best named planet, apparently. I think it's Uranus that the astrologers think should be called Prometheus. And it's not that Promethean feel that I'm getting here. There's that element of lightning, but more there's that element of distance and all-encompassing. You know, like the sky wraps around everything, but you can never quite touch it. And it's information that's coming in that's causing this transformation, but it's from, and here's where Uranus the planet comes in, weird sources, because it's from distant sources. It's from sources that say you were suddenly had contact with aliens or angels or some form of weird spiritual being, or some person from across the planet that you've never really spoken to before, but you've just ended up getting into a conversation with them at some Zoom conference or something. You know, there's distance, but there's unusualness attached to it. And that unusualness is also attached to things being ripped away from you. And things which we have here is Hasmed, the angel of annihilation. But we also have from the Gateway Oracle, expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming in your life. And that's exactly, if something is taken away from you this month, the real response to this is good. And if you think that you needed it, just double check that thought, because I think there's some decisions that are coming in from other people that are going to affect you, but they are. Oh, this is weird. I don't normally get this from the Five of Swords, which is a very popular card so far this month. Admittedly, you're only reading number 3, but it keeps coming up. That somebody is making a decision that is leading you away from some conflict, which I think is a good thing. And your worries that, can you balance this whole new burden? Yes, if you tackle everything with some clarity. You're worried about whether the money's coming in or not, or whether you're getting enough results from what the work that you're putting in right now. Be patient, because I do see that those results are coming here in this Emperor card, which is implying forward motion. But we have a Tower card, and we have a Tower card in one of the potential futures as well. Five of Swords again. So there is some conflict coming up, quite possibly tangential to you. I don't necessarily think that you are in this conflict, because I get the impression that you're being led away from it. But nevertheless, it is affecting you, and it's affecting you in a way that is enabling you to build your power or your influence, your manifestation, if you want to call it that. So this conflict going on is actually good for you, right? So 2 Tower cards that we know of so far. Let's clarify the both of them. So first, let's clarify this very near future one. And we have, oh, how interesting. This is the Tower Takeover Tarot, where basically every card is the Tower, but it's who you see falling from the Tower, such as here on the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician falling from the Tower, which I'm going to keep with this, actually, because it has a special card called the Artist, where basically whoever the artist was, Kailani Parisho, Google Tower Takeover Tarot to find her deck. And so it's very much a stripping down, but what I want to say is a stripping down to the essential good things. It's not you are getting completely redefined as an artist, if we're talking about art, for example. It's that you are getting other things stripped away so that artist is really shining through, so that where you can express your power is changing, but it's changing in a way that for you is going to feel really sort of, oh my God, but is actually going to be beneficial to you. It's something you will have to keep working at it, but as long as you are holding to your standards, whatever the standards they may be in this situation, but holding to your ideals, holding to your sense of purpose, the trials that are sent you, 8 of Swords here, are ones that you can weather with confidence. It's more of like an initiatory process that's going on, rather than everything pile on Gemini. Now, the alternate futures. So we have something that you are making a commitment to with this message from that has that element of remoteness to it. I mean, that could be an emotional remoteness, it might not be a physical one, or a metaphysical one, But this message that comes in with remoteness has a lot of wisdom into it that's helping you really commit, I think, to this partnership that you have recently begun or touched upon. There's a present line that goes through this reading, and this past Two of Cups is touching from the past, indicating it's probably already started, but continues with the Two of Cups here. So this is something that's going to carry on, something that I think you're going to end up committing to. Or as those tower things hit, rather than seeing them to your advantage, you can just be trying to protect yourself from things, which is not so easy because it's all happening so very fast. And I don't think nostalgia and old ways of doing things are actually going to help much. That unusual advice from elsewhere is what really helps. But as I say, another tower card. Put this down, completely forgetting that I'm supposed to be clarifying the tower card. As I said, these are a solution that Knight of Wands, yeah. You know, I was saying that right now you're in a time of healing. Now, yes, there's a conflict that you're being led away from, which you can then take advantage of, and it's going to help redefine you in a positive way. You're getting rid of some nonsense and getting rid of some bits that you just don't need. But slowly, gently. It's not even... I'm not saying don't have big plans. Big plans, where's this Knight of Cups? Yeah, big plans are important. However, the terrain is rough. So big plans, great. Baby steps. You know, just all I could say on this one is baby steps, because you're going to be in a position of having to balance quite a few conflicting responsibilities, not priorities, responsibilities, of what you can keep in the air, what you need to preserve. But that in and of itself is going to assist Queen of Wands here in the manifestation of what you want, but not necessarily in the way that you think you want it right now. That's going to change, because the reason I'm talking about this change and purification process as well, we have the guardian angel of maturity and Hariel representing purification. Possibly purification on a mental and spiritual level more than, but if you're going through a cabbage soup detox or something, crack on, perfect time for it. But I'm seeing it more as a mental, emotional, spiritual purification that you'll be going through, and the fact that various distractions, things that are keeping you away from your divine purpose, away from this new phase of life, they're going to be stripped away. So with that conflict, you're not necessarily in the conflict, but you are going to get affected by that conflict. But most of those effects for you will at first look, oh my God, but actually be beneficial. Is that everything? Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I can see here, Gemini. So whatever this union is that you've recently made and that you are questioning, that's okay. It's okay to question. It's a good union. I think it is a good union, but questioning it will make it a better union. Oh, should I even go as far as to say a more perfect union? Um, this this is a really useful time that when you look back on it, will go, you know, loads of stuff was accomplished there. But as you are going through it with all this presence of tower cards coming up, there's an element of, oh God, what next? But Hasmed here, Angel of Annihilation, will not be denied. And if you are wanting to, well, you are leveling up, full stop. You are going to be made to level up. And this Guardian Angel of Maturity is the bit that says to me, you know what? That's okay. It's going to be tough, but it's okay. So, if that means anything to you, Gemini, please do comment down below, because it's very useful to know if my readings are actually getting to the ears of the people that are supposed to be hearing them. It's useful, as heartwarming, I think would be a better word. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now go watch your moon and your rising. Cheers.